What do you think about spanking?
Welcome to Parenting Matters Now, a source of parenting advice a few minutes at a time.
Hi, this is Dr. Roger Smith with Parenting Matters Now, and there's going to be a lot of hateful comments in response to this subject matter, but regardless of your position, I ask you to hear me out on this and look for truth. There's lots of heated positions on spanking in the parent-child relationship, and I say by and large it gets far too much attention, but here's the down and dirty on spanking. We all operate on the concept of pain makes us change. When we get a speeding ticket or we have a delayed payment on an account and we have a late charge, that is a form of pain that causes us to make an adjustment. So we all are using various forms of pain in our lives to help us to do what is right. And that is the underlying thought, foundation of what corporal punishment is, how it is used. The intention is it is a language. If you think of pain as a language, and in this particular discussion, we're talking about physical pain. And so if that is a language that you choose to use, make sure that it is indeed communicating the correct message. And that sometimes I see the use of corporal punishment as a retaliation of the parent against the child, or an expression of anger, a result of a reaction within the parent. But if it is used, and it is used properly, the whole heart of the parent would be that you're looking at the good use, the good of the child, and you're seeking to use it as a training tool, not as a punishment, not as a retaliation, but simply to say, getting outside of these bounds that are set and established and communicated in every other way before the punishment or the use of pain. The boundaries need to be clearly communicated, and simply going outside those boundaries, whatever the situation is, produces some degree of pain that communicates the boundary has been crossed, and helping the child to stay within those training boundaries. And so, regardless of your position, pro or con, that is the way we should be seeing the use of corporal punishment, whether it's by us or other people, and that it should be done in a context of love and care and tenderness and kindness, but it is not used to be as retaliation or to injure anyone. And by all means, if anything that is done that causes injury, whether it's physical or emotional, we can injure them with painful words, painful isolation. We can cause pain in our children's lives. And if the kind of pain that we are producing as a parent is in need of a healing, we're out of bounds. We're out of bounds as a parent, and that we need the correction. And so spanking gets all the attention about whether we are harming our child, but we can harm them in a lot of different ways. And so be careful if you choose to use corporal punishment in your home, that it is simply a language, and use it carefully, use it tenderly. But as soon as another language is appropriate, by all means, use other languages. But as soon as they understand and respond to other languages, we need to use the least noxious form of correction that is effective in our children. And the older our children are, the less they respond to physical pain, physical restriction. In fact, you don't want them to depend on that. You want them to have their own internal controls. And so we must, as quickly as possible, move away from those physical forms of correction to more cognitive or internal or spiritual or some form that actually transitions them to self-control, which is what we want them to have as an adult. This is a touchy subject, and your comments are welcome. Please be careful that they not be hateful or harmful to other people that may have a different opinion to you. This is Dr. Roger Smith with Parenting Matters Now.
Subscribe to Parenting Matters Now for more advice, or go to rogersmithmd.com to search for more topics. See you next time.